Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of The Charming Empire. We are on Sara's route, and he's actually training us to fight, which is really awesome. And I'm pretty sure we're using a naginata, although they're calling it a halberd in this, which is probably the most similar Western weapon I can think of, but they're a little bit different. But I guess you could be using a halberd. I just thought they're usually heavier than a naginata, so who knows? They haven't actually shown the whole weapon. All we can see is the staff portion. Anyway, let's get on with the story. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. I asked Sara to teach me how to use a halberd. Sara uses a wooden sword to protect himself.
Your footing is all over the place.
Right. I was never in good shape, but being cooped up in the palace has made me even worse. Oh, they haven't given you a regular exercise regimen, huh? To some extent, the hard work feels good, and it's so fulfilling to be learning so fast. So he's a good teacher. Thank you. I bow and put the halberd back on the wall as Sara comes up behind me.
I'm surprised Lord Amazaki gave you permission to do this.
Me too. Sara looks refreshed while I'm panting and sweating buckets. It's good to be accomplished in both the literary and the military arts. I asked Soshi for permission to do this over dinner and was surprised how quick his answer was. But he stressed that my education and etiquette come first, so my halberd lessons are not allowed to get in the way. I lean against the wall and let out a sigh. A nice wind blows through my hair.
That's true, but don't push yourself too hard.
Sara hands me a towel. I won't, thanks. I'm glad Sara's worrying about me. After a few minutes of rest, I'm ready to start practicing again. Don't overdo it. I'm so sleepy. I'm sleeping okay, but all the exercise makes my body tired. You'll get used to it. You'll build up that stamina. I open my textbook and slowly review the material. Suddenly, there's a knock at my door. Excuse me, Princess. I've come to change your flowers. Oh, come on in. Where's Sara? Can we trust this lady? Pardon me. The maid bows to Sara. Okay, he is here. The maid bows to Sara and me as she comes through the door. Thank you for your services. Oh no, it's nothing. The maid answers quietly. I can never talk on friendly terms with her. Oh, it's our regular maid? I wish one day we could. She places some orange flowers in my vase and heads toward the door. Wait! Yes? What do you need? I can't tell what she's thinking, but she looks kind of upset. Never mind. I see. Excuse me. She gives me an overly formal bow and leaves the room. This isn't working. I sigh as I gaze at the door.
What isn't working?
Sara never answered me before, but recently he even answers me when I'm talking to myself. He's become a really reliable part of my life. I want to try to be friends with the maids, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Do you remember what I told you when we first met?
Huh? Sara sounds annoyed. What's he talking about? The part about me not being very ladylike? Oh, God. Before I can confirm what it was, there's a loud knock at the door. It's probably my tutor. Sara still thinks I'm not ladylike. I need to work harder on my studies. I take a deep breath and head toward the door. When I wake up, I'm met with the top of the canopy over my head, like every morning.
Are you awake?
Sara is sitting in a chair next to my bed, like he does every morning. But it's not morning. But the last thing I remember, I was having a lesson with my tutor. Did we pass out because we've been exercising too much? Why am I sleeping in my bed? Sara, is it morning?
It's almost time for dinner. You fell asleep during your lesson.
How embarrassing. What? Now that I think about it, I was really sleepy today. Was my tutor mad?
Yes, he left the room cursing to himself.
Oh no, we're going to be in trouble. We're not going to be allowed our lessons anymore. I see. My shoulders slump. If my tutor got that mad, he probably told Soshi about it. Soshi told me to put my studies first, but I've already broken my promise.
Sorry, I'm not used to dealing with women. I tired you out with the same training I would give a man.
It's not your fault. I'm the one who wanted to keep going. I hope Sara doesn't get blamed for my falling asleep. I'm sorry for getting you involved. Things start to get awkward as we apologize to each other back and forth. Quit it, you two. What do you think about my fighting skills?
You're very serious about learning, so you're a good student.
That's good, but I didn't think you'd call me serious.
What do you mean?
You're the epitome of seriousness, so it's kind of funny that you call me serious too.
I'm just normal.
If you say so. How is sacrificing your meals to be a bodyguard normal? I keep my thoughts to myself. As we walk to the dining hall, I worry Sara will get blamed for my behavior. Well, we're already in the next day. This was my usual sword lesson time until yesterday, so I don't know what to do with myself now. Aw, does this mean we did lose our lessons? That sucks. I give Sara a weak smile. As expected, Soshi got mad at me at dinner yesterday. He lectured me on how important my studies and keeping myself healthy are. Luckily, he didn't say anything to Sara. My halberd practices were cancelled, but there's no point in being sad about it. Couldn't he just delay them and say we can have it as a reward if we do well with our studies, at least? Carrot and stick here. My tutor sent a servant in his place to tell me to review yesterday's material. He's probably giving me time to catch up on the studying I missed out on yesterday. I don't think he's too mad. But what should I do now? I will... It looks like this one doesn't matter, but I'm gonna ask Sara. What do you think I should do, Sara?
Did you finish studying?
I wouldn't be asking you if I hadn't. Yeah, both yesterday's and tomorrow's material.
I see, but I don't know what you would like to do in your free time.
I want a halberd practice. Okay. I shouldn't wander around the palace yet. I put a thoughtful hand to my cheek. I want to go to your room today. Oh, that is a bold choice. Sara furrows his brow.
Why do you want that?
I don't have a particular reason. Am I not allowed? It's kind of inappropriate.
There's nothing fun to do in my room.
That's okay. I just want to see it. I suddenly realized that Sara might not want me to go to his room. I won't force you to take me if you don't want to.
I'm not against it. I could show you my books.
Books?
Do you forget everything I say?
Yeah, seriously.
Studying is supposed to come first. Whatever, let's go.
Okay. Sara and I leave the room together. It's my first time going to a guy's room other than my brother's. That thought makes me kind of nervous, but I try to act calm as Sara and I walk down the hall. Sara's room is a few floors down from mine, with the other guards' rooms. That is a lot of books. I look around when he opens the door. Wow! The room is overflowing with books. There are not only books on the bookshelves, but there are towers of them on the floor too. It's just like the used bookstore. The books make the room feel smaller than it really is. Sara said he liked to read when we were in town, but I didn't know he had this many books. Even though all I see is books, they're a lot more organized than the used bookstore. Yeah, Sara does seem like the neat sort. The ones on the shelves are in alphabetical order and organized by author. The ones on the floor are probably only there because there wasn't room on the shelves. Sara's such an organized guy. I gaze at the titles starting on the upper left-hand shelf. I don't know most of them, but some of the titles sound familiar. I get excited when I find an author I know.
Feel free to take something that looks interesting.
Sara calls out to me as I reach for a book. I'm so embarrassed for trying to touch his books without permission, and pull back my hand. Oh, sorry.
I said it's okay. I told you I'd lend you a book before.
You did? I would have remembered if he said something that nice to me. Did he really not? I really thought he said he would.
You don't remember? Oh, maybe I didn't say that. I was about to, but then stopped.
I gave him a confused look. Why did you stop? Sara searches for the right words before explaining.
Well, it's not exactly proper for a lady to come to a guy's room.
Especially a princess. Huh? Oh! I suddenly realize what Sara means. You're right. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking about the implications surrounding going to your room. I just wanted to see what it was like. I bow awkwardly to him and wring my hands.
Well, my room isn't much different from a library, so don't worry about it.
But it's still his room. Sara reassures me.
Anyway, pick any book you want, and we'll take it back to your room.
I finally lift my head. Okay, thank you. We take some of Sara's books to my room to read. I sit down at the table in the middle of the room while Sara sits across from me. But since he's still on duty, I doubt he can concentrate on his book. Watching him look restless doesn't help me concentrate either. Sara was nice enough to lend this to me, so I should read it. I determinedly turn the page. The only sound in the room is us flipping through our books. Can't we, read to each other? That would be a little better. Lately, silence doesn't feel awkward between us anymore. Okay, never mind, this is fine. Now it feels normal for Sara to be by my side. Yeah, come to think of it, I'm reading Saito on the other channel right now, and these two are just very similar. Even my elderly guardians were never with me all the time, so this is a first for me. But we never leave the palace. The palace gets boring after a while, and I want to visit the town. But we can't. If I try to sneak out with Sara, he could get in trouble. Yeah, I don't want to get him in trouble. I don't want that to happen after all he's done for me. When I look up from my book, I notice a fray in Sara's clothes. Sara, your clothes are coming apart. Sara looks up.
Where?
Am I going to fix it? I point at the frayed area. Right there at the sleeve.
Oh, I'll get one of the maids to sew it for me later.
I can sew it for you. I might not be good at studying or athletics, but I'm really good at sewing. I got Soshi to give me a sewing basket before, so I get up to go get it.
You don't have to do that.
I ignore Sara and reach for the sewing basket on my shelf. Don't worry, sewing's my specialty. My maids fix everything for me, so I haven't had the chance to use my sewing basket for a while. I'm excited that I can do something for Sara for a change. Hold out your arm for me. It's just the sleeve so you can keep it on as I sew. I carry my chair over to Sara and sit down.
You're more forceful than you look.
Is that a compliment? Sara mumbles as he holds out his arm. Huh? No, I'm not. I smile as I begin to sew the sleeve. This is the first time I got to do something for you.
What do you mean?
I explain as I sew. I feel like I'm never able to repay you for protecting me all the time.
That's not true,
Sara suddenly falls silent. I'm curious to know what he was going to say, but I don't want to force him. I think, basically I make him happy. That's probably what he was going to say. All done. Sara quickly avoids my gaze when I look up, but thanks me for my help. And next episode will be Chapter 9. Well, we had bonding experience through clothes mending, but it didn't feel like much else happened during that episode. Unfortunately, we lost our halberd lessons. I was looking forward to that. It would have been cool to have a weapon skill. But oh well. Well, hope to see you in that next episode or in some of my other videos, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.